Okay, we got video. And we got a bike. And we gotta do these wheels. And it's fucking noontime, so I wasted 6 hours today. I wasted 6 hours today trying to go with YouTube. And I could have been done by now and all this. I couldn't even enjoy my joint. And so fuck YouTube. We're just gonna put up shorts and we can comment on that until that's shut down. But we gotta do some wheels. And we had some things going on. We got the wrong axles. That were in the wrong whatever. Someone sold me the wrong axle, which is actually a very desirable one, but it's not the ones that fit these newer ones. It's like it's gotta be like 70 years old or more. So we've discovered we have a huge stash of like all that pre-war old stuff. That's like an unbelievable amount of it. So it's like every one of them bikes and hubs and everything can be done up real nice. So, now at this stage of the game, I'm trying to get everything in my place so it's 3/8 by 26, or it's going to be 10 millimeter, and all that. And just eliminate all the old stuff so everything's common. And so BMX Guru, who is our thumbnail today, on that thing. And so moving right along. So this is going to be our first video doing this. And the first step is to get out here and wash this shit. I ain't washing this. And you can see how aggressive sometimes we get laying her right over. He rides on the wall, white wall. That's my front. So we gotta, and that's not chains scuffing. I gotta rotate these tires. I gotta wash them. I'm not getting all grubby. This daily is gonna be down until fucking I get this done, and we're gonna scrub all the grease out of it. We're gonna try to do the best we can. And all we're trying to do is replace the grease, except for the grease on the chain. We're not gonna fuck with that. In the bottom bracket, we're good with that. If we can't see what we're doing, we'll zoom in. It's just smoky as fuck in here, and that's how we like it. And we got our tools and everything here to do the job. We don't really need that wrench, so I'll bring that in. And I gotta go and get something to eat. I gotta go and do whatever. Instead of going live, I'm just gonna do a video, explain everything. Makes it life easier for me. No, I'm not gonna drop. My phone isn't gonna drop. As long as I hold up my end of the bargain, we're gonna do some bikes. So we're gonna do live. We're gonna do video. We're gonna do video live. And so how are we gonna do that? I'm just gonna be off camera. No one needs to see what I look like anyway. No one needs any more. I got enough videos up. You guys need any tutorials on how to burn dope? Remember, guest. Watch the videos. We're gonna have 2 lives and that's it. Out of fucking all that attempts. I tried. I died. We're gonna go on to something else. No one wants to see how to make bike stuff, whatever, from my experience, and whatever, make it life easy. Oh well. And it's a folly. It's like, today's a folly. We already got 6 hours into being frustrated. We ain't even smoked one joint yet. we were able to identify these axles as 24 threads per inch and not 26 threads per inch. I don't know how that happened. They made them in forever. We're getting to the bottom of the barrel, I think, when it comes to Wheelmaster. Or whoever had those put them in the wrong way. I label everything. I am just so OCD about it. And you still have things that'll come up on you. But that's the only one thing. And it's actually a blessing. So it's like, I can't really fuck up. Not that way. I can't count it as a fuck up. Oh, we're going to do some welding on this bike. I got to do some welding on this motherfucker. I got to take that chain guard off of there. Or I got to leave the chain guard on there, and I got to get in there and weld it. Now the wheels are off it. So we got a little bit of a welding project. And so we got to clean this fucker. At least enough to where the chain guard part is. You get some grease off it. Now I'm going to put a lot of heat into it. It's the second thickest part of the bike, the bottom bracket. At least it should be. The rear dropouts are the absolute thickest part. And then it's the coaster brake arm. And then it's the fucking bottom bracket shell. And then after the bottom bracket shell, it's the front, the steer tube. And then it's the seat tube, and then the down tubes and all the chain stays and all that are the thinnest. Oh, actually, I'm going to say the steer tube and the fork, and then all the stays and the top and down tube and the seat should be the same thickness. So it's like, depending on what part of the bike we're working on, we got, a bunch of different gauge and thickness or whatever to deal with. And whenever you're putting different thicknesses together, it's always a challenge. It's like, but we're doing it. And we're going to weld on this just because the fucking, my chain guard's getting ready to fall off. I don't know why it hasn't yet. Which is part of the reason why I was doing a little bit of welding on that anyway. There's an order of my operation, so just because I couldn't get one thing done, I'm like, at least I practiced up on my welding and I got that part done. And that didn't work, so now we're going to move on to something else. And we're going to do a little bit of project, we're going to do a little bit of welding on this. Just needs a bead on it. Doesn't need anything really. I bent that chain guard back and forth so many times. It's like a miracle it don't bust. And I've got it bent in just the way that I like it. So it isn't going to catch anything. I like my chain guard real tight in there. And so I don't want to touch it. I just want to take the bike and carry it out there. And without the wheels, it's not that heavy. And go out there and zap it. I got some leather. I got a leather bib I can put on the seat. And there won't be many sparks. It's just going to be real quick. And a little bit, and I got to put some fucking I got my water. And then after that's welded and I got my water going, we'll scrub and we'll try to find some place in the shade where we can scrub a dub and wash and do all that stuff. I got to put a belt on. My pants have been falling down. And I've got to get into a groove. I mean, this is like just starting to get into it, you know. This is like my daily that this is my daily that I've been riding around for like 5 years, and we're just starting to get some of these bike projects going. I got another bike that's ready to rock and roll with my spare wheels on it, the glow in the dark bike. I got that one I can ride around if I had to. The tires have been holding air forever. But it's supposed to be a simple tire rotation and swap. We're going to get a blue painter's tape so we know what side of the front wheel at least we've been working on. So I got to put some tape and mark the tire and mark the wheel before I take it apart. And then I'll clean around it and do my best to clean around it. Or I don't know, I might put a little Sharpie dot on it. But I don't want to put anything permanent if I don't have to. Put a little painter's tape on it, and we're ready to rock and roll. I'll start cleaning the white walls first to get to that place where I got to weld. Now that I'm looking at it, I might not even need... I need to get a piece of cardboard to lay my chain on. It'd be nice if I had a little block of wood that was as thick as the distance between my sprocket and the ground on the bottom bracket. Like if I had I've had a 4x4, I could set the bike on. Or the corner of a table, the corner of there's probably enough gap in between the stairs out there. I can drop that down onto. And then I just go in there with a stick and I'll clean some of that grease off it. Just where it's welding. Then we'll clean our white walls, then we'll clean our hubs, and then we'll go from the cleanest. We'll start with the cleanest and work our way back. We're leaving the tires aired up, so it makes it easy to clean it. Then we'll go from there. Get it clean, then there'll be a disassembly and put it back together again. There's no swapping axles, there's no nada, so we're good. Good there. And that's our plan of attack, and we'll have our dailies sorted. Getting that front wheel to have contact with the ground is at some angles. That's some angle there. And our little flies are bugging us. But I'm going to burn my joint. I'm going to keep that joint going. And we're going to get something positive done today. Phone, everything's plugged in. Let's see if we're charging. Says it's charging. Says I got like 67%. So we spent 40% of our battery trying to figure this out. So it's like, no, we can't afford the battery life. We can't afford to get the phone hot. We can't afford to even do anything with the fucking YouTube other than we'll put videos up. And live is a luxury. Me going live is just a luxury I can't afford. So, lock it down. I don't really care either way. It's nice to have interactions with people, direct, like a phone call, and all this. But it's just fucking, and it's the frustration. It's not working right. And I don't want to have to have a conversation with somebody about how I'm frustrated because I can't have a competent or reasonable conversation because of the network is always down. And I've had that, it's like I can think of almost every single situation where I've lost friends. It's over the phone. And so the phone has bought a lot of people cheap. Phone will buy a lot of people cheap, especially needy people or whatever. And so fuck the phone. So I barely even fucking want to deal with the phone. I probably wouldn't even have a phone or any of that if it wasn't for having appointments to go to and having, whatever, to buy stuff on the internet and do my research and shit. And I'm trying to put my educational out there, and it's just not welcome. It's not wanted. I got the point. I got the picture. And so we're going to do this a way that's going to be YouTube's going to prefer it this way. They don't want me going live. Okay? And so we'll do it in a video format. Just be long, drawn out, fucking 18, 20 minute video just getting started. And then I can go pick and make shorts out of it. I don't know how to do it with the live and how to go back and do that or whatever. I can do some green screen shit. I'm not real tech savvy. I mean, I've messed around. I'll mess around with it. And I'm sick of it. I'll unplug it. It's like I make a lot of it harder on myself than I have to. If I have expectations of myself, like I really wanted to do this, I really wanted to do that, and it's like, oh, fuck, that ain't gonna happen. This is what we're doing. We're noticing that we rode on the sidewall, and we also noticed that tube has been turned inside of it. Like, we walked the tire around the rim a little bit there, doing that act, having fun with it. And I have a lot of fun off camera, I tell you that. When I know I don't have a phone that could go in the brink or fuck up a phone. And so I don't even want to take my phone out. I'd like to leave it right in the box it came in from the store. And only take it out just for when I barely need it. Basically need it. Oh, good. The fly can hit the floor. You're going to die anyway when he touches it. But yeah, It's not like I haven't been out there. And it ain't like I haven't tried. And this is like a fucking third or fourth fucking... Oh, we got a wasp coming in here. And you're going to fly right on out. Yeah. You got no place to sit down. And I share enough of my philosophy, why I do stuff and things. It's all about the why. I get to put my life out there, and then hopefully it's they'll just take whole YouTube will just dump everybody, like it's all for nothing. But the idea is that I'll put something out there on the internet, on YouTube. It can be on there forever, and someone else might see it and feel like, yeah, I got something out of that. I've learned so much from other people's shit. I feel like I'm kind of obligated to be like, well, I'll put out what I know. And so far, 99% of my content is bitching about fucking YouTube. So we're gonna be done with that. I'm not gonna expect it to. I'm not gonna be gaslit by fucking YouTube no more. And I'm not gonna and all this. And so we're gonna skip a few steps and just go right to the fucking basics. Bicycle maintenance. How to have a dependable bike that you can rely on and be trusted. And a fucking 250-pound dude. This isn't kids' bike stuff. And we'll go through all the differences between an adult bike and a kiddie bike. And what we have to do to make the difference to have it reliable. If it's all the same to everybody else, whatever, and all that, then they're not going to get it anyway. They're never going to understand. This is for people that know how to take care of stuff, that are looking to take care of stuff, and want to expand their knowledge by, hey, maybe I got something for somebody, Who knows? And then they can jump to someone else, probably a lot more experienced on here, professional, that's got the whole kit. But if you're just a backyard guy and you got a couple of fucking 5-gallon buckets, you got a milk crate, you got whatever, you got a floor, the basic stuff, I do have some better tools in here, but some of them made my own tool. It's all easy stuff. I'm trying not to do it. I'm trying not to get into all the fancy stuff yet and shit, but just a basic get me to the store anytime, any day, no flat tires. We went from having flats. We went from having to fucking rebuild shit. We went from high maintenance to low maintenance. We got a very low parasitic drag. We're using very high quality grease in here. And we're going to add a little more supplement to that too. That's going to get, we're going to mix up a little mix. Because I got the last of the tube. And I got to start a new grease. I'm going to flatten that tube out and see how much is left in it. And I'm going to try to get a little bit of it in a Ziploc baggie and save it. And then have enough of it that I can use on this. And try to get all the last bit of that Bel-Ray goodness out of that too. We need to get a bunch of gloves. We're just gonna get messy. It's greasy. I need safety glasses. It splatters everywhere. If I had a steam cleaner, that would be nice. I could go in there and steam clean that shit. But we're gonna do it like Exxon Valdez with the fucking Dawn. Or whatever it is. Ajax, I think it is out there. So cheers. We're 420 friendly over here. We're fucking American friendly over here. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness type. This video is going to take forever to load up. So maybe I'll cut it off at like half-hour chunk. This is a good cutoff point for me. These will take up to 65 PSI. These ain't irregular fucking whatever. Actually, the fucking shows up good there. We put these through the paces, the CST 1218. It's e-bike rated. CST makes a fucking L almost every tire anyway. If you're buying a set of Goodyear Eagles, a CST probably made it. It's a nylon. This is almost like a polyglass. On the inside, it's woven. I believe it's got like a Kevlar in there, but it doesn't say Kevlar on it. It looks like it's something. It's a top shelf. It's the Duros are like whatever those are, like 45 or something. It's everything the Duro. It's everything in the closest thing to this would be like the Schwalbe Marathon Plus. Nothing's gonna touch it. And the Marathon don't come in white wall. We got a set to put on. It's a new set to put on. But it's all about this right here. It's all about this deal. And there's a half hour. Of what we're doing on Monday. I think it's Monday, what is it, July 27th or something? Monday, July 27th, 2026. At Slow and Low fucking garage here at the Honeycomb Hideout. And we'll even go in and get you the Slow and Low logo. Now that I have my joint, now that we've recovered from whatever upset us here and there and we had to adapt quick to. And then we're burnout anyway, so we'll just forget. So what was I pissed off about? Oh, I don't know. I solved the problem. It's waiting for the fucking mail. And I don't know where BMX Guru is. But I think he's in South Carolina, but it's just a bunch of axles. It's not something that's gonna take forever. And that's what we got right there. And there's your fucking thing. I have to take a still picture of it, but it's hot out here. And we got a Hornet. What the fuck are you doing, buddy? He wants the Honeycomb Hideout over here. I hate to tell him it's not any honey over here. It's just bug killer. And so we're gonna turn this light down. I need to run them lights. I can do this in the dark. And they're at 30 minutes. And so, welcome to Slow and Low Bike Shop at the Honeycomb Hideout. If you made it this far into the video, or if you fast forwarded through the video to this part, I'll probably try to put a timestamps and shit, but not in this one. This is just I'll label it as a fucking orientation day. Orientation day, because it's all it really is. And it also stresses the importance of like having all the right parts and making sure when you're swapping stuff over that you got the right parts and whatever. And we got everything right but the axle. And so we're waiting on axles for this project. But luckily for me, 5 years ago I got the right axle. We had mistakenly gotten a bunch of 24 thread pitch 3/8 axles that are for like pre-1950 pre-war stuff. And those also would have like a 5/16 by 24 front axle. It's some odd. There's like 5/16 by 18. There's some odd early fucking thread pitches and thread sizes that were used. And so it's good to know that we have a stash of that. And so we're going to work on that daily. And this thing is just my pride and joy. This thing has brought me every bit of food that I've ate. It's brought me to all over the fucking place. We just recently had some fun with it. I wish I had a video of that clunking down through. I might do another one going. Like I might just be going to and from the store on the fucking canal. And it's gonna beat the shit out of this. You know, it's like, but that's the whole point. It's a proving ground to get into the motorized action. And we got a little parts bundle down in the bottom of our grease pit, our grease crate, and we're good. If anyone ain't noticed, I'll go over and over and over and repeat and over and over and rehearse it. So in my head, I know exactly what I got to do, and then put everything out. And then I'm gonna go have some lunch. Gonna roll up another duber. I'm gonna get my gloves. I'm gonna get I'll remember all the little things, or maybe I won't, but I'll run back and forth in and out of the door. How many times it takes to get everything I need to get put together. I've run over it a few times. At least if I got it off with what I got, I'll be able to put it back with what I got. And we've already been taking hubs apart. This is the third hub that we're fucking with. The front's gonna go easy. It's stuff I've already worked on before, I'm familiar with. It doesn't have the loose ball bearings, nothing's going to go flying everywhere. We get to get in there and inspect it. I still keep a spare set of wheels with a shittier tire on another bike, so I got a whole nother spare bike if this goes sideways. I got a whole nother spare bike. And we're going to do the front, we're going to grease the fucking front too. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that fucking steer tube and that steering bearings and all that. We're going to look at that. We're going to see if there's any cracks or anything and whatever. We're going to do a little inspection on that fucking... I've split those before and I took that for a beat. And we even got like, I mean, I'll take this thing. Like I've been trying to get this out of here. But there's some fucking 3/4 stone. I use this as a brake. I came up on like a banking, and I used it as a brake, and I just drove my pedal into the 3/4 stone and came to a stop. And so it's like, and she's all original. The pedals are off another bike, but I use the Bel Ray lube, and it's like those pedals. I might hit those pedals after I get all the grease off it and scrub it all down. I might even re-grease that bottom bracket. And so I got a couple of different greases that I use for the bottom bracket and the steer tube and the front wheel. And I only use the bell ray in this, where it really needs it. And so I had good luck with it. And I use a bell ray chain lube on this. I'm going to go through the whole process when we get back on this fucking style.